Hi everyone, today is day 4 of my water fasting, and I just want to say water fasting is lit. I feel absolutely wonderful. I have great energy. I feel like my normal self. I'm not dizzy. I'm just loving the water fasting journey. Remember my first 2 days, I started off with a dry fast, which was pretty intense. I was dizzy. I got like this profound revelation about my life from God. It was just super intense, but also a little tiring. But yesterday was my first day having like full water, and then I've had water this morning and I'm feeling great. Like I was expecting to feel like weak, like I wouldn't want to function in society, but I feel good. Like I even feel like working out yesterday. So I'm very excited about that. What I want to share with you are a few things. When you're water fasting, I'm on a 40-day water fasting journey, your body basically lives off the fat of your body. So up to 40 days, your body is basically, it's feeding off of your fat. After that period is when the body starts going into utilizing your muscle, and that's like the starvation mode. So you definitely want to avoid that. I feel very confident about my 40 days. I am taking it day by day. Yes, when the body starts utilizing your fat, that's going into ketosis mode, and that's why people experience great healing from different illnesses. I do not have any illnesses. Mine is just for spiritual fasting, but I'm excited because my first 3 days have been absolutely wonderful. So I look forward to what else God has in store for me during this time. Also, I wanted to say that I've been doing fasting for 14 years. Every first month of the year, while I was in New York, I worked at like a juice cleanse place for a year, and we was always doing juice cleanses. If you wasn't starting a juice cleanse, you were ending a juice cleanse. You were rewarded with juice cleanses. Be like, oh my gosh, you've been working here for a month, let me give you a juice cleanse. So I literally was on and off fasting for like a year. And even when I lived in LA, I would definitely fast like 1 day a week throughout the year. I used to fast a lot. Since I've been in Texas, I've only done like the first month, and I've done some Esther fasts, but not as fasting. So I'm excited to embark upon this journey and then make fasting a way of my life again, how it used to be. I said all that because typically I keep fasting to myself. I decided to post on YouTube because I wanted to inspire people and everything, but biblically I know that fasting should be something private, and that it should be your time with God, and you shouldn't necessarily announce to the world that you are fasting if you're doing it for spiritual reasons. If you're doing it for nutritional weight loss, then sure, but biblically you should keep it private. So I won't be sharing anymore, but I said some really great gems yesterday. I was like, go ahead, because I usually don't openly talk about my beliefs or about God, but he's just as important to me as anything else. Like, he's my everything. I'm not keeping him a secret. So yesterday's video, if you haven't watched it and you're a believer, you have to watch it. Even if you're not a believer, I don't know, some people take offense to people talking about God, but God is my everything, and I'm not keeping him a secret. So I probably will not, unless I get some great dose of inspiration or excitement, I'm going to try not to post until day 40, or if I end early, but I'm striving for day 40 because I feel wonderful. I feel like I can still maneuver in life. I can still do light exercise. Like, long as I'm thriving, yes. But if I get to the point where I've seen some people with 40-day fast where their like heart is having heart palpitations, and people like, yeah, your heart, I can see your heart beating through your body. That's not me. Like, I don't know about that one, but as long as I'm thriving, still functioning society, not bedridden, I'm gonna go for it. I also wanted to mention distilled water. Now, I mentioned on the first video how I was researching recently that distilled water is in. When I was in Los Angeles, I don't know what made me do it, but I used to drink distilled water. In all those videos that you saw of me in Los Angeles, I was drinking distilled water. But I started drinking spring water, and now looking at myself on camera versus then, I look more refreshed now in those videos. So I don't know if it was distilled water or just, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I read Bragg's book, some of Bragg, the same people that does the apple cider vinegar. He has a book on fasting. And so I downloaded the PDF, and he was saying that he only drinks distilled water and that it is the purest form of water. And I know a lot of people give it a bad rap, saying it leaches all your minerals, but I would really encourage you to read his book. It's Bragg's, B-R-A-G-G, something about fasting. If you just Google that, you'll see it. And he does a great explanation about distilled water. I know that Annette Larkins, the queen of raw foodies, she's probably, how should I say this, because I don't want to offend anyone, but out of all the older raw vegans, she looks amazing. Amazing. Like, she looks great. And she only does distilled water. She actually drinks rainwater, and they discuss that in the book. Bragg discusses that in the book. So with that being said, distilled water is definitely encouraged for cleansing when you're cleansing or detoxing. So I'm going to finish off the spring water I have, and then I'm going to do distilled water. Another thing that I'm doing during this time is I don't want to do plastic anymore. I don't want to drink any water from plastic. So there's a water company near me. They do different options, alkaline, pure, distilled water. They have different company water that they filter. So I saw some glass bottles of like at Whole Foods. So I'm gonna buy like a 3-gallon glass bottle. So I'll buy that. And now even our Whole Foods by me, they have where you can do reverse osmosis water, distilled water, alkaline water. They have a machine there. So I either do that, although I'm not sure about the machines, or go to the water company. The water company is it's in a suburb outside of Dallas where I am. It's a little hike. But I definitely don't want to consume any water from plastic during this time. And I don't know if I ever want to do it if I don't have to. I don't know. I'm just not feeling the whole water thing. Like, I mean, the plastic thing. I don't want to do it anymore. And I know online they have quite a few distilled, I may be rambling, but they have distilled water machines. There's also this thing called sun charging. I think if you look on a YouTube channel I think their channel is Healthy Alternative, they discuss sun charging. Well, they basically distill their water. They set glass containers of their water in the sun, on your window frame or outside, and sun charge the water to bring it to an alkaline state naturally, which sounds pretty interesting. So I have to research that further because I didn't realize sun charging water is also kind of a practice done by people who, well, not into God, I'll just say that. So some people sun charge water who are into witchcraft. I'm just gonna say it. So I just want to make sure the natural way is like, okay, so I gotta research that. But I love the idea of having distilled water and letting the sun have your water alkaline. I love that idea. And so that's something I'm looking into, but I'm definitely going to do distilled water during this time. And I've already researched distilled water machines. So I'm gonna try, as long as my appearance isn't, I don't know, as long as I don't look different from the distilled water. So what else? But yes, the Bragg's book does a great job at explaining distilled water, the myths behind it, the spring water, the inorganic materials in spring water. He does a great job at explaining it. So I'm going to try it out during this time, and then we'll see, you know. But like I said, in LA, I used to only drink distilled water. I don't know why, but yeah, I only used to drink distilled water with my raw vegan time. So let's see what else. Did I discuss ketosis? Yeah, ketosis, when your body is eating up all your fat during your fast. I have no concerned about that. I'm in Texas, everything is bigger in Texas. I'm bigger in Texas, but I love my thickness. I love all my curves, but I'm not concerned with losing weight. I'm okay with it now. For a while, I wasn't okay with losing weight. I don't know, because I like my curviness and I love all of that. But with fasting, you are not only, okay, you're doing spiritual fasting. So you're not only cleansing yourself spiritually. You're not only becoming one-on-one with God and having this razor focus towards God, but you're cleansing yourself nutritionally. Your body is repairing itself on a cellular level of all the things that no longer serves your body, whether it's cysts or tumors or whatever illnesses, whatever is in your body that does not belong there. That's what water fasting gets to. Your body is basically, it's giving your body a break from, eating, forcing food into your body. It's giving the body a break. So now your body is like, cool, I don't have to focus so much on helping her with digestion and filtrating things. I'm going to go in and repair from within whatever no longer serves this body. And like I said, if it's cysts or tumors, you get profound mental clarity. So it's cleansing mentally, physically. Shedding the weight shouldn't be a concern. I would say if you're like, if you're 120 and over, I think for women, if you're like 100 pounds, I wouldn't recommend it, because I would imagine average a woman probably loses like 30 pounds if water fasting, which a lot of people, as different from juice fasting is, with water fasting, it seems that based upon my research that people actually keep their weight off. Because typically with fasting and juice fasting, if you eat like a morsel of food, you gain your weight back. But from my research, people actually keep their weight off. But yes, you're not only cleansing yourself spiritually, mental clarity, you're cleansing yourself emotionally. Things that may have been dormant inside, emotions or hurts or pains, or they'll rise up. Some days you may be crying, you may be happy. Your body is renewing itself spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. That's why some people say when they're fasting, they have profound mental clarity. And if you're a believer, you're one-on-one with God. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, you're having business ideas come to you, witty ideas. You're getting direction on where you should go to further the purpose, call, and destiny that God has for your life. All of these things happen through water fasting. So yes, if you do it just for nutritional reasons and you're all about weight loss, that's your journey. But when you load that up with spiritual fasting, and this is for the believers, you load that up with filling your body with the word of God, prayer, fasting. I mean, it's amazing how your life, how you will at day 40 or whenever you finish. So I also want to reiterate, as I mentioned and said over and over again, I have been fasting for 14 years. There's no way. Some people do it, like a lot of people who are just for weight loss, they go in and fast for 40 days. I think it's something you can build up to, whether it's 3 days, 7 days, 14 days. I definitely think it's something you should build up to. And there's a strong spiritual aspect to fasting. So for people who are non-believers, I don't know about their fasting journey, but if you're a believer, you loading yourself with the word of God, you're focusing on him, you will be full. Because first beginning, if you see the video, first one, I was just like, I don't know about this. I need accountability. But now I'm very confident in my journey. So I think I've rambled enough, and I think I've covered enough topics, everything I wanted to say. But I want to reiterate, water fasting is lit. We're entering into a new year. If you need direction about what's ahead and you're thinking about fasting, and you consult with your physician, of course, I say go for it, even if it's 3 days. Like, I feel good. So I may not see you all until day 40, as I mentioned before, unless I get some burst of energy. Last night I was dancing and I was like, yes, I'm back to my normal self, because I'm always dancing, you know. So, and I'll see you later. February, oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much rawsome goodness on this page. I'm so excited. I'm excited to be back on YouTube, and I'm excited to really, you know, share more about raw food and all of its awesomeness, which is the great follow-up to fasting. And thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. If I don't see you before New Year, which I probably won't, have a happy New Year, and may 2019 exceed all of your expectations.